Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating history of coins. Lovers from around the world. In the world of coin collecting, every piece tells a story far beyond its metal composition. Some coins serve as reminders of history, culture, and economic change, and the 1962 South Africa 10-cent coin is one such example. This small but significant coin reflects not only the monetary system of its time but also the broader political and historical backdrop of South Africa in the early 1960s. Collectors value it today for both its numismatic appeal and the narrative it carries. To understand the worth of this coin, we must first dive into the history of South Africa's currency system and the era in which this coin was minted. Prior to 1961, South Africa used the South African pound, which was based on the British monetary system of pounds, shillings, and pence. But in 1961, a major change occurred. South Africa officially introduced the rand as its new currency, replacing the pound at a rate of 2 rand to 1 pound. This move aligned the country's currency with a decimal system, making calculations easier and modernizing the economy. The 10-cent coin became part of this new system, and it was equivalent to 1 shilling in the old system. The first rand coins were minted in 1961, and by 1962, the second year of issue, the series was still new, fresh, and deeply symbolic of South Africa's step into a new monetary era. The 1962 10-cent coin was minted in silver, specifically 50% silver and 50% copper, giving it both intrinsic and collectible value. It weighs around 5.65 grams with a diameter of about 23.5 millimeters. The coin has a reeded edge, a feature that was commonly used to prevent clipping, where people would shave off tiny amounts of precious metal. Its design reflects both the heritage of South Africa and its connection to the British monarchy. On the obverse side of the coin, you will find a portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, the Dutch colonial administrator who founded Cape Town in 1652. His face had long been used as a national symbol, representing European settlement in South Africa. The inscription around his portrait reads, "South Africa," in both English and Afrikaans, the two official languages of the country at the time. On the reverse side of the coin, the design features a beautifully detailed image of 2 sparrows, often mistaken for swallows, perched delicately. This image was created by the South African artist Coert Steinberg, a famous sculptor who also designed the iconic 5-shilling coin featuring the springbok antelope. The reverse is completed by the denomination, 10C, placed clearly below the birds, and the year of issue, 1962, at the bottom. The artistry and detail of the coin make it visually appealing even to those who may not be coin collectors. The early 1960s were a politically charged period in South Africa's history. In 1961, South Africa had declared itself a republic, leaving the British Commonwealth after a whites-only referendum. This was during the height of apartheid, the system of institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination enforced by the government. Coins of this era, therefore, also reflect the socio-political climate of the country. For many collectors, this historical context adds an extra layer of meaning to the 1962 10-cent coin. It is not just a piece of silver but also a relic from a controversial and pivotal chapter in South Africa's past. When it comes to rarity, the 1962 10-cent coin is not considered extremely rare, but it is a desirable collectible, particularly in higher grades. Millions were minted for circulation, but over time, many have been lost, melted down, or damaged. As a result, finding coins in pristine, uncirculated condition is not always easy. Collectors place a premium on examples that are well preserved, showing sharp details with minimal wear and original mint luster. Proof versions of this coin also exist, and these are scarcer and far more valuable. Proof coins were specially struck for collectors with polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish. These were not meant for circulation and are sought after today for their beauty and limited mintage. In terms of value, the 1962 South Africa 10-cent coin's worth depends largely on condition and whether it is a regular circulation strike or a proof issue. A circulated coin in average condition might fetch only a few dollars on the collector's market, often between $2 and $10, depending on silver prices and demand. However, coins in extremely fine or uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more, often ranging from $20 to $50 or higher. Proof versions, due to their rarity and appeal, can sell for well over $100, with some examples fetching several hundred if certified by a grading service such as NGC or PCGS. Another factor influencing the coin's value is silver content. At 50% silver, each coin contains about 0.091 ounces of pure silver. So even at base melt value, the coin is worth at least the current price of silver. This intrinsic metal value provides a safety net for collectors and investors, ensuring the coin will never be completely worthless. However, its true value goes far beyond bullion content, as numismatic appeal and historical significance make it much more desirable than just a simple silver round. Collectors who focus on South African coins often view the 1962 10 cent as part of a larger series that marked the birth of the rand currency. These coins from the early 1960s represent a transitional period in South African history, both economically and politically. Completing a set of early decimal rand coins, including the half cent, 1 cent, 2.5 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent, and 50 cent, is a rewarding challenge for enthusiasts. The 10 cent, with its distinctive bird design, is often considered one of the most charming pieces in the set. For those looking to buy or sell a 1962 10 cent coin today, several factors should be considered. The coin's grade is paramount, and professional grading services can help authenticate and certify its quality. Collectors should also be wary of cleaning coins, as polishing or harsh cleaning can reduce value rather than increase it. Provenance, or the coin's ownership history, can also add to its desirability, especially if it has been part of a notable collection. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and auctions remain the most common venues for trading these coins, and prices can vary widely depending on competition among buyers. In conclusion, the 1962 South Africa 10-center coin is more than just a piece of silver change. It is a snapshot of a nation in transition, a symbol of South Africa's move to a decimal currency system, and a reminder of the turbulent political era of the early 1960s. Its attractive design, silver content, and historical importance make it a favorite among collectors of world coins. Whether you hold one in worn condition as a family keepsake or possess a gleaming proof version, this coin connects you directly to a chapter of South African history. For numismatists and history enthusiasts alike, the 1962 10-cent coin remains a fascinating and valuable collectible that deserves its place in any well-rounded collection.